From Georgetown to Japan, from Wansamaju to Georgia. So perhaps in the middle, let's hear some story from Beijing, from China. Let me introduce Professor Dr. Saini Yang. I got many superior here. She is the Executive Director of Integrated Research on Disaster Risk, IRDR, under International Science Council based in Beijing, China. So, technically speaking, she can't be with us physically, but she managed to record her message and intervention. So let's hear the story of from vulnerability to resilience.
Your Excellencies, distinguished delegates, colleagues and friends, it's an honor for me to attend this ASEAN Sustainable Urbanisation Forum for the side event of Resilient Heritage, Safeguarding ASEAN's UNESCO Sites for a Sustainable Future. In a region experiencing rapid urbanization alongside intensifying climate impacts and seismic risks, building resilient cultural heritage isn't just strategic, it's existential. It's great to have a chance to get together to forge pathways towards safer, more sustainable futures for over 650 million ASEAN people. IRDR, the Integrated Research on Disaster Risk, is an international science program co-sponsored by the International Science Council and the United Nations Office for Disaster Risk Reduction. Its core mission is to harness scientific knowledge, catalyze transdisciplinary research, and transform evidence into actionable policies. IRDR recognizes that disasters are not natural, but the results of unmanaged hazards intersecting with vulnerable systems. Its goal is to reduce disaster risk through science-driven innovation, capacity building, and bridging the gap between research, policy, and practices. IRDR's 2025 to 2027 action plan focuses sharply on the disaster resilience as a cornerstone of sustainable development. The IRDR workstream of risk-informed development directly addresses the challenge of risk identification and assessment, risk governance and decision-making, as well as resilience capacity development. These efforts focus on developing advanced tools to model multi-hazard scenarios in complex urban environments, promoting science-informed urban planning, land use policies, and building codes, and empowering the cities with knowledge, early warning system, and community-led risk reduction. For ASEAN countries, disaster resilience is so crucial. This region is experiencing challenges of rapid urbanization, climate emergency, economic vulnerability, and social stability. ASEAN cities are growing explosively. By 2050, nearly 70% of ASEAN population will be urban. Unplanned growth, multiple exposure to hazards will greatly increase the risk. ASEAN also suffers some of the world's highest disaster-related GDP losses. Rising sea levels, intensified storms, and extreme heat disproportionately threaten coastal megacities like Jakarta, Manila, Ho Chi Minh City, etc. Disaster may erase decades of development and deepen inequality. Resilience is a foundation for equity and social cohesion. Facing these stresses, disaster resilience for ASEAN isn't just about stronger buildings. It's about integrated systems, adaptive infrastructure, empowered communities, agile governance, nature-based solution, and social culture for resilience. Cultural heritage is a treasure in building social culture of DRR. Since it is the source of traditional knowledge and practices, it's the foundation for social coherence and identity. It is the driver for sustainable development and risk-sensitive planning. And also, cultural heritage is the tool for risk communication and education. It's great to have the opportunity today to discuss how to better integrate cultural heritage into DRR frameworks. Also, I see this forum as a chance to strengthen the IRDR ASEAN collaboration. ASEAN's exposure to typhoons, flooding, earthquake, volcanic hazards demands science tailored to our geography. IRDR's research frameworks must be adapted to ASEAN's diverse cultural, political, and economic context. Collaboration ensures solutions are relevant and implementable. On one way, IRDR can amplify ASEAN's existing initiatives, like the ASEAN Agreement on Disaster Management and Emergency Response, through cutting-edge research, training scientists, and supporting policymakers. On the other hand, ASEAN's on-ground experience enrich global knowledge. Joint projects on urban flooding modeling, seismic retrofitting, heat action plan, nature pollution protection for cultural heritage can be piloted faster and scaled wider through this partnership. IRDR ASEAN collaboration can strengthen our ability to attract investment and technical support for disaster resilience. So, in short, IRDR can bring the power of global sciences, and ASEAN will bring the urgency, innovation, and community spirit of a dynamic region. Let this forum to be the catalyst for deeper integration, targeted solution, and sustainable investment. Building disaster resilience is not a cost. It is an investment in our shared future. It is the bedrock upon which economic prosperity, environmental sustainability, and human security are built. Let us harness the synergy between IRDR's mission and ASEAN's resolve. Together, we can transform our region from center of vulnerability into beacons of resilience. Thank you, and I wish you a highly productive forum.
Thank you very much, Professor Saini Yang. Well, I made a promise to promote IRDR since I'm one of the scientific committee as well. For those who are interested to know more about IRDR, well, it's a co-sponsored, it's an international science program co-sponsored by International Science Council and United Nations Office for Disaster Resilience. So we are co-designing a few high-impact project and program in this region. But those who wish to know more about the initiative, feel free to have a chat after this session.